Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for US dollar currency index or the DXY. I'll cover wave analysis with the Elliott Wave theory and provide multiple scenarios price may take and explain why I prefer one counter over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on a monthly time frame, let's take a look at the first structure that we have here. Again, this is not very meaningful, at least to me at the moment, as it is part of a very large time frame scenario that we just don't know what it is part of. So this is how I've labeled it. It is possible that we have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 again. At that point, wave 1 would need to be the largest. Again, we don't have the data here. It is starting from here, so that might not be the right look or the right case for it. There is also other scenarios in which we have this as an A, B and C, or this as an A, B and C. We just don't know what these larger time frame structures are about. They are very three ways. There are very overlapping structures. This is basically the best I've got at the moment. And since the presentation, I've started with the DXY. I haven't changed this a bit. I haven't changed this at all, I mean. And again, we are starting our basically all counts from the 08 lows. So let's zoom into it, maybe the weekly charts. There we go, let's close that one. Then we have this one. On this, we are having a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and creating a one-off super cycle. And then we would be looking for downwards. At this point, again, there is possibility that we have already topped or bottomed here for the wave 2 of super cycle. However, we did not take out the lows of this A wave here with this C wave, which is a bit unusual. It doesn't have to, but generally it does. So the other scenario is, of course, that we have not completed the wave 2 and instead we have an A, B and then C coming down to take out these lows of A wave, and then we would be, again, this would be a massive rally on stocks and indices and everything investment related. Of course, this massive upwards movement is not that good for stocks in general. Now the other scenario is that we have an A, B and C, then another A, B and C. This ABC is again the same as we had for the bullish scenario, but again this just offers us more scenarios overall. Now this is fine and dandy, but again we don't trade off of these, at least I don't, on these very high time frame expectations, as there are many ways to interpret them. Overall, on weekly time frame, we can see that we are starting to get these bearish signals coming in, saying that we are getting to the overbought area, basically, again US dollar, so we could be starting to pivot down at some point. We have been getting this bearish divergence here in play already, so it is possible that we are soon to be completing something large. So yeah, let's start looking into this structure, whether it is indeed that C wave of this kind or something else. Maybe the 4 hours should be fine. Zooming out a bit. There we go. So in this one, we have a scenario in which we have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There's no real alteration between the 2 and 4, which is why I don't really like this at the moment. In this one, however, we are expecting this wave 5 to end very soon. Again, we wouldn't be expecting too much higher of these current prices at the moment. We do have that divergence here in play already between the 3rd and 5th, and we still have that, well actually we don't have the 3rd and 5th here anymore. So yeah, that makes it even less likely. The other scenario is that we have this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. At this point again we would have alteration between the 3rd and 4th. 3rd would be very nice looking overall. Again, at this point we were expecting this to be an A, B, and C. That did not play out. So most likely, instead of being here the way before, we would have it here. No real alterations here between the fourth and second here. Again, not needed, but it would have been nice to see. It is not still impossible to have this as the B wave if we are pivoting before the $107.3 area, in which again we would get to the 1.618 retracement of this A wave, which we would consider this invalidated. Then we have another one saying that we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, again no alteration here, in which again we would have fifth wave coming here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very similar counts overall, but we'll see what turns out to be the right one. I'm not again playing directly on the DXY. We can just be looking at the lower time frames to see signs of weakness in the dollar, and then compare it to the stock prices and see if we can get some kind of clues where we are heading at a lower time frame. Now on 4 hour, we are again getting that divergence still here between these highs, and now with these current highs that we have been making for the couple past days, we are starting to get that divergence of some kind coming in. Now, according to this count, we could be having this as a 1, 2. The wave 2 is very weird looking. Does not really fit too much. We could have the wave 2 down here, in which we would have this as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the third, fourth, very deep 4. Again, no real alteration between the second and the fourth, and then again a 1, 2. This could be part of a third of something, but we'll see what happens. Again, overall on higher time frame, we had this third here on RSI making the highest highs, so we wouldn't be expecting that to be taken out here. If he however takes it out, takes the RSI out of these highs, we could be looking this as a possible third wave or something. Again, still would be expecting this to be a third of this fifth wave. Yeah, that is pretty much it. At that point again, we would be expecting this high here of third of fifth to have divergence between the fifth of fifth, and also divergence between the third of fifth of this kind of this degree with this one. So still loads of or some space to go up higher. Overall targets we had for these counts were around this $107 area, in which again we would be looking for some kind of pivot. We are getting really close to it, and this train just doesn't seem to be stopping yet, so we'll see, we might be overshooting this bit. Now on lower time frame, we had taken a look at these structures before, and this was the bearish idea, in which I think we were around these areas, I think, when we were creating the last video. And one of the scenarios was that we had a three-way move, and then we would be expecting some kind of a downwards movement. Again, here was labeled as a DXY, in which we had obviously created this A wave here as a three-way structure, then three ways up here, and then we were looking for most likely starting to get down to this C wave, but that didn't turn out to be the case, and we were pumping higher. That's why we had this bullish case. Instead of the wave 1 being down here, we raised it up here, but again might as well be down here. At that point again we would have the third wave up here. Again, on 1 hour does not really make sense too much, as we don't have a high RSI on it. On lower or higher time frame, we do have that high RSI reading around here, so which would indicate more of a third wave or something instead of the wave 1. Again, we would want to be having the third wave or something higher, taking out these highs on RSI at least. On this count, however, we were looking this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No real alteration again between the third and fourth. We could have the third here, which we would get that alteration here, which probably is better look anyway. There was a possibility of this being an ABC into wave 2 or that wave 4. At that point again, we would be looking this as a 1-2 and another 1-2. We were expecting a bit more downwards movement here for the wave 2, but that did not happen. We only had very small, well, not too small, almost 50% retracements for this wave 2, so that should be fine. At this point, I would think that this looks more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as we have the high RSI reading here and creating that divergence as we've talked about now many times. Previously, we were talking about this possibility of wave 2 being also here or here, which we were expecting the same scenario as we did with the bearish and having the wave 2 possibly down here. But again, that did not play out, so we can take out that now. So yeah, it is possible that we are getting really close to the end of this wave structure. Overall, if we are saying that indeed we have this as a 1, 2, this would be 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, then let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Possibly one more high after this point, after some kind of consolidation here, to get a partner leg for this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But yeah, we are getting really close to the idea that we could be topping out the DXY soon. Of course, if there is going to be some kind of extension on one of the legs, then something else might happen. Also, this is a possibility in which this is just a 1, 2, as we did get a very deep retracement here. But yeah, that is pretty much everything I wanted to cover today on this video. If you made it this far, I would appreciate the likes. Link to my free Discord server in the description below. Please let me know what asset should I cover next. For now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.